Alrighty, so we're going to be doing a little bit different than what we expected here. I'm going to have to play around with how I'm standing a little bit just because we're in a little bit different of a format. So, we have a box of Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering crossover set. We are doing a box commander. So, what's going to be happening is we're going to be cracking up all of these packs, and then we're going to have to build a deck out of what we have here. The results may vary, and we're recording this before we play. Quite well before we play, actually, because we're recording this Friday night. We'll be playing it Saturday night, and we'll have a more full upload of this on Tuesday, showing the deck list, what we ended up with, and it will be it'll be interesting. It'll be cool. We'll also see if we can get the deck list from our other two co-hosts, and I am currently live in our Discord right now as well while we're recording this. So if our friends want to come in and watch us crack some of these packs, they can. See what we're working with. I think I'm going to start with the 6 packs that we did not get default in the box. We were going to do a pre-release kit, but pre-release kits aren't available until Sunday. So, we got a fat pack, and we're using packs from it. So hopefully, it's lucky. We can always hope, right? We got an art card, which I am not thrilled about. I'm never thrilled about getting the art cards. But at least it's a cool one. And some of these cards will, I'll say probably halfway through, we'll start just running through them quickly. But, stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. Flash, enchant artifact or creature. When this artifact when this aura enters, tap enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent does not untap during its controller's untap step, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Pretty decent. You're not alone. 1 white. Buff a creature, but if you control 3 or more creatures, it gets bigger. Light of Judgment. 5 mana, deal 6 to target creature, blow up a equipment attached to it. Wait. Yeah, attached to that creature. So yeah. It's still good. It's still deal 6, destroy an artifact on that creature. Seems good. Sephiroth's Intervention. Destroy creature, gain 2. For 4 mana, I don't think it's that good. Gigantode. It's a 4-drop, 4/4 that turns into a 6/6 if you've got 7 or more lands. Hill Gygus. 5/4 Trample Haster for 6 with Mountain Cycling 2. World Map. Love World Map. Stolen Uniform. Instant speed. Gain control of target equipment. And choose target creature you control and target equipment. Gain control of that equipment until end of turn attached to the chosen creature. When you lose control of that equipment this turn, if it's attached to a creature you control, unattach it. Alright. Opera Love Song. Pay 2 to choose 1. Instant speed. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. You can play those until your next end step. 1 or 2 target creatures get +2/+0 until end of turn. Poo-Poo UFO. Flying 0/4 taps to put a land into play, or for 3 mana until end of turn, its creature's base power becomes equal to the number of towns you control. Town's a new creature type in the Final Fantasy set. They seem interesting. They've got some versatility to them. Black Waltz number 3. Worst case scenario, he might be our commander for this, because we've pulled like 4 of him from the other packs that we've pulled so far. And I like him. I like Black Waltz number 3. 4-drop, 2/2 Flying Death Toucher. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, he deals 2 damage to each opponent. Good group slug. Hey! Ancient Adamantoise. He's an interesting creature. 8-drop, 8/20. Vigilance Ward. Damage is not removed from him during cleanup steps. All damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents is dealt to him instead. When it dies, exile it, create 10 tap treasure tokens. He's a neat card. I'm not in love with him, but he's a neat card. And Adventurer's Airship is our foil. Whenever he attacks, draw a card, discard a card with crew 2. So he's kind of a worst smuggler's copter for all intents and purposes, and we got a nice nice Final Fantasy X full art island. Not bad first pack. Good mythic on the first pack. Next pack. We get a token. Shinra Reinforcements. When it enters, mill 3 cards, gain 3 life. Alright, let me see if I can make this slightly better. Perfect. He's a 2-3 for 3, but he enters, puts things in your yard, gains you life. Good all around, I think. Fat Chocobo Summon. 5 mana, make a 2-2 bird. It gets +1/+0 whenever a land enters. For the modes of 2, 3, and 4, creatures you control gain trample until end of turn, and he himself is a 4/4. Sage is Nuthless. I don't know what the hell that is. 1 and a blue. Job select. When it enters, make a 1/1 hero creature. Attach this equipment to it. Equipped creature gets +1 in the front. Whenever it attacks, untap target attacking creature and is a cleric in addition to its other types. And otherwise, it has equipped 3. Weapons Vendor. When it enters, draw a card. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control an equipment, you may pay 1. When you do, attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. That could be cool to get around some of the equip costs that are ridiculous. Sorry. Haste Magic. Target creature gets +3/+1. Haste until end of turn. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it until your next end step. Alright. So it's a haste enabler as well as a buff as well as a impulse. So that's pretty decent. Monk's Fist. It is a colorless one. I do believe that most of these for the job select equipments have been color centric, so that's actually kind of cool. When it enters, make a 1/1 colorless hero. Equip creature gets +1/+0 and is a monk in addition to its other types. Equip 2. Nothing else. Interesting. No keywords on that one. Magic Pot. 3-drop, 1/4. When it dies, make a treasure. Pay 2 to tap it to exile a card from a graveyard. Simple. Unexpected Request. Sorcery. For 3 mana, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. You may attach an equipment you control to that creature. If you do, unattach at the beginning of the next end step. Double the Otherworld. Affinity for towns. So it costs 1 less for each town you control. Draw 4 cards for 7 mana. It could be reduced down to 2 blue mana, so that could be cool. Auron's Inspiration. It is a 3-drop instant speed with flashback of 4. Attacking creatures get +2/+0 until end of turn. Alright. Ooh. Garland, Knight of Cornelia. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Surveil 1. And for 3, double black, double red, return this creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Transform, activate only as a sorcery. It turns into Chaos the Endless. When Chaos dies, put it on the bottom of its own library. Otherwise, it's just a 5/5. It's not. I don't think that's that good. Like, their Surveil gives you the capability of picking and choosing what your next cards are, but like, you don't need to do that necessarily. Like, it's not 7 mana and escape. And also, it doesn't have haste or anything, and it's a sorcery speed. So he could just easily get removed immediately, too. That's fine. Hey, Realm Reborn. 6 mana. Double green. 4 other permanents you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. That's going to be great for this, because worst case scenario, we can slot that in and not have to worry about mana fixing as much. The Prima Vista. 5 mana, 4 blue, 4 and a blue. 5/3 vehicle. Flying whenever you cast a non-creature spell. If at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, the Prima Vista becomes a creature until end of turn. Very cool. Charlian, Nation of Scholars. Town enters tapped. Yada yada yada. Alright. Hero and copy token. Alright. Hey, worst case scenario, Garland's a good 99, right? Best case scenario, we get something that we can actually build around. Alright, we can skip past this one. We already saw this bad boy. Town Greeter. 1 and a green, 1/1. When it enters mill 4, put a land from among them into your hand. If you put a town card to your hand, gain 2. Very cool. Ice magic. We can choose 1 additional cost in addition to its main casting cost of 1 and a blue. Return target creature to its owner's hand for 0 extra. Return target creature's owner puts it on top of their of their choice. Sorry. So target creature's owner puts it on their choice of the top or bottom of their library. And if we pay 6 additional, so that'll be what, fucking 8 mana. Target creature owner shuffles it into their library. That's silly. That's a lot of mana for that effect. Dwarven Castle Guard. 2 mana for 2/1. Makes a dude when he dies. Simple and easy. Thunder Magic. For 1 red. And 0. Deal 2 damage to our creature. For 4 mana total. It's a 4 damage spell. For 7 mana, you get to deal 8 damage. It's all to target creature. Alright. Not bad. Not bad. Could be better. Laporte Scout. When another creature you control enters, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If we get anything that gives us token benefits, that could be good. Otherwise, it's a 3/2 for 3. That's not too bad. Oh, we get Mangar the Diplomat as Minwu, Rebellion Strategist. 2/4 Lifelinker. Whenever an opponent attacks with 2 or more creatures, if they're attacking you and our Planeswalker you control, draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. That'll be helpful. Cloud of Darkness. This is another decent one for us to have a spell around. When Cloud of Darkness enters, target creature an opponent controls gets -X/-X, where X is the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. 3/3 for 5. Oh, she's a flyer too, so that's pretty decent. Queen Brienne. I love Queen Brienne. 2/1 for 3 prowess. Whenever she attacks, make a 0/1 black wizard. Not tapped and attacking, just create a token. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Eden, Seed of the Sanctum. It's a colorless town, taps for colorless. 5, and tapping it, mill 2 cards. You may sacrifice this land. If you do, return another target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. It's a decent endgame payoff. Gilgamesh is our rare for this pack. 6/6 for 6. When he enters or attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put any number of equipment cards from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Then, when you put 1 or more equipment onto the battlefield this way, you may attach 1 of them to a samurai you control, so we're going to be going very tall if we play him. Ooh, we got Lightning, Army of 1 in her alt art. Alright, first strike, trample, lifelink, 4/3, 3/2. Whenever she deals combat damage to a player, until the next turn, if his source would deal damage to that player or a permanent that player controls, it deals double that damage instead. If we can give her double strike, that actually gets really crazy. Vincent's Limit Break. For 1 and a black. Until end of turn, target creature you control gains. When this creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, and it has the chosen base power and toughness. We can either make it a 3/2, a 5/2, or a 7/2 for 3 mana. Or sorry, 2 mana, 3 mana, and 5 mana respectively. And that is a foil Final Fantasy IX forest. And we got the art card for Hades. I would like to actually pull in itself. Thank you. Alright. Act number 4. Sorry. I can't count. Wait. Slash of Light. Deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control, plus the number of equipment. Oh. That's nasty. In a good equipment deck, that could actually be nuts damage. Red Mage Rapier. Job select, make a 1/1. Yada yada yada. Equip creature has whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn, and is a wizard in addition to its other types. Oh, let's go. Love it. Black Mage's Rod. Job select whenever equipped creature gets +1/+0, and he has the Black Mage text on him, so whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent, and he is a wizard in addition to his other types. Airship Crash. Blow up target thing with flying, or an artifact or enchantment. Or we can cycle it for 2. Retrieve the Esper. 4 mana, create a 3/3 blue robot warrior artifact creature token. Then, if this spell was cast from graveyard, put 2/1/1 counters on that token with flashback of 6. Alright. Adventures in, colorless land. It is a town. Enters, gain 2 life, taps for a waste. Iron Giant. 7 mana, 6/6. 4 vigilance, trample, and reach. Shambling Seath. Creature enters tapped for a 3/3 for 3. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay black. If you do, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Chocobo Racetrack. 5 mana, 3 and 2 green. Whenever you land you control enters, make a 2/2 bird that has whenever a land you control enters, this token gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Alright. Twistis Trip. 3 mana for 2/2. She has blue magic. When she enters, you may cast an instant or sorcery card from a graveyard, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. If this spell would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. Alright, simple, easy. Side quest. Play Blitzball. At the beginning of combat on your turn. Sorry, I should just look at this screen. I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry, guys. At the end of combat on your turn, if a player was dealt 6 or more combat damage this turn, transform this enchantment and attach it to a creature you control. Ooh, no spoilers, no spoilers. Hold on. And it turns into World Champion Celestial Weapon. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has double strike. That on lightning could be nasty. Just saying. We got Kane. Traitorous Dragoon. 3-drop, 2/4. During your turn, Kane has flying. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, that player gains control of Kane. If they do, you draw that many cards, create that many tapped treasure tokens, and lose that much life. Ooh, okay. That's definitely a double-edged sword. I didn't read him before. That's kind of nuts. Next card. Foil. Cecil Dark Knight. 1-drop, 2/3, Death Toucher. When he deals damage, you lose that much life. If your life total is less than or equal to half your starting life total, untap him and transform him into Cecil the Redeemed Paladin. He's a life linker, 4/4, with whenever he attacks, other attacking creatures gain indestructible until end of turn. That could be very strong, and it could pair well with Kane, and that would give us white and black if we built around him. Winners, White Green Town. And we got a hero on the front and treasure on the back. Let's go. I did hear Discord go off, so give 1/2 second here. Who's yapping? Oh, nice. Not important. Not important right now. Could be important later. Heck dies. 2-drop. When it enters, each opponent discards a card for a 1/1. Summon Fat Chocobo. Skip. Sage's Nuthless. Skip. Weapon Bender. Skip. Haste. Laughing Mad. Alright. As an additional cost, cast this card, discard a card, or draw 2 cards. For 3 mana and a flashback of 4. Not the worst, but could be better. Vane's Treachery. 1 in a black with sacrifice an artifact or creature for a kicker cost. The target creature gains -2/-2. If it was 6, the target creature gets -6/-6 until end of turn instead. The Gold Saucer. Love it. Love the Gold Saucer. Mostly in the game, though. Alright. It is another town. It taps for a colorless. You may pay 2 and tap it to flip a coin. If you win the flip, create a treasure token. You may pay 3, tap it, sack 2 artifacts to draw a card. Could be a good mana outlet if we use it. For Noah, we actually got her token. Her Angelo token. So 5-drop for a 4/4 that enters makes a 1/1 green and white dog token. Whenever she attacks, another target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. Seems pretty good. Stolen uniform. Side quest: catch a fish. For 2 and a blue, or 2 and a white. 2 and a blue. Sorry. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's an artifact or creature card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you put a card into your hand this way, create a food token and transform this enchantment. Whoa, no, hold on. We did it again. Cooking campsite. 1 white, taps for a white for 3 and tapping, sacrificing an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, activate only as a sorcery. That could be good. Alright, we might be cooking. Oh. And we have Masamune. As long as a equipped creature is attacking, it has first strike and must be blocked if able. Equipped creature has, if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of this creature or an emblem you control, that ability happens at additional time. With Sephiroth specifically, it's very strong, but I don't know if what we've got so far is going to be working us in that direction. Airship crash in foil. Final Fantasy 13 Full Art Island, and we get a hero treasure. Alright, last pack from the fat pack. Our non-box packs. Get a little stretch. A little stretch in there. Got another art card. Don't care. Dragoon's Wyvern. 2/1 for 3. When it enters, make a 1/1 colorless hero token. Beautiful. Galacat. 1/3 for 3. As long as you control 2 or more artifacts, this creature gets +2/+0, so it could be a 3/3 for 3. Suplex. Exile target artifact, or deal 3 damage to target creature. If that creature would die, exile it instead. We get to suplex the train. Namazu Trader. When this creature enters, you lose life. Create a treasure token. Whenever this creature attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, surveil 2. Risha's Wandering, sorry. 3-drop. Search your library for a basic land card or town card. Put it onto the battlefield tab, then shuffle when you search your library this way. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Not bad, not bad. Kikirin Merchant. 1, tap it, draw a card, discard a card. So we get a loot effect on a 3-drop 1/4. If we have 7 mana and tap it, we can sacrifice the creature. We could draw 3 cards. It costs 1 less to activate for each town we control. Okay. Alright, so we got a couple town matters things too. Singabate, one of the best counter spells in my opinion. Blue and X, counter target spell unless its controller pays X. If that spell is countered this way, exile it. Love it. Prompto. 2-drop for 2/2 with haste. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, create a treasure token. Big mana matters. Get loose, final act. 1 and a green. Until end of turn, the target creature gains +1/+0 and gains whenever this creature dies. Put a number of 1/1 counters equal to its power on up to 1 target creature. That could be cool too. We don't have a very good green commander though. Like we got the Cloud, but it's not great. Ilmig Pixie, 2-drop for 2/1. Flyer, whenever it attacks, surveil 1. We have a lot of surveil stuff too. Starting down, this land enters tap unless it is your first, second, or third turn of the game. It taps for 1 colorless, or we can tap, pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color. Ooh. Xenos. My best friend. Xenos Yegalvis. 5 mana, 4/4. When he enters the battlefield, choose a creature an opponent controls. Until end of turn, creatures other than Xenos gain -2, -2. And the chosen creature. Sorry, I did skip that part. That's on me. When the chosen creature leaves the battlefield, transform Xenos. Xenos turns into Shinryu, Transcendent Rival. As this creature transforms into Shinryu, choose an opponent. When the chosen opponent loses the game, you win the game. It could it could be neat. We could do something neat with it. We'll see. Ambrosia Whiteheart. 2-drop, 2/2, flash. When it enters, you may return another permanent you control to its owner's hand. Whenever land enters, she gets +1/+0. That's simple and easy. And Trano Dark City, Blue-Black Town. All right. Our bundle packs weren't too bad. Let me get a real quick drink here, and we'll get into our actual box pack. I don't think I can stand the whole time though. I'm not gonna lie. Let's give me 1 second here. All right, let's see if this works. There we go. This should be a little bit more comfortable for me. And I should be able to read the cards a little bit easier too. All right, so first off, Paladin's Arms. 3-drop, job select, make a 1/1 dude. Equip creature gets +2/+1, gets ward 1, and is a knight in addition to its other types. Otherwise, it is an equip 4. Sabatender. Reach 2/1 for 2. It has whenever land you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. Love it. Oops. Cornered by Black Mages. 3 mana, sorcery speed. Target opponent sacks a creature of their choice. Create a 0/1 Black Wizard creature with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Love that. Commune with Beavers. Look at the top 3 cards of your library for 1 green mana, and you may reveal an artifact, creature, or land from among them. Put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Ice Flawn. 5/4 for 6. When it enters, tap target creature or artifact an opponent controls, put a stun counter on it, or you can island cycle it for 2. Blitzball. Blitzball is kind of like a better Commander Sphere, but a worse Commander Sphere. So it's 3 mana, taps for 1 mana of any color, which is going to be great for us. Again, it's going to be color fixing for us. If we deal damage with a legendary creature, we can tap, sacrifice this artifact, draw 2 cards. And it doesn't matter if it's our legendary creature. It just says, activate only if an opponent was dealt combat damage by a legendary creature this turn. So we could do it on somebody else's turn. That's not bad. Adventures in. Cargo ship. Flying Vigilance. We can tap it to add... Oh, sorry. It's a 2-drop for 2-drop 2/3 with crew 1. And we can tap it to add a colorless. Spend this mana only to cast an artifact spell or activate abilities of an artifact source. Fire Magic. For 1 red mana, we get to deal 1 damage to each creature. For 1 red mana and 2, we get to deal 2 damage to each creature. For 1 red mana and 5 additional, we get to deal 3 damage to each creature. That is awful rates. That is terrible rates. But it might not be too bad. We might be able to do something with that. Gaius Van Baelsar. 4-drop, 3/2. When he enters, choose 1. Each player sacrifices a creature token of their choice. Each player sacrifices a non-token creature of their choice. Each player sacrifices an enchantment of their choice. That could be useful. With how many side quests there are, that last one could be really useful. We got Snow. 2 and a white for a star 3 vigilance creature. His power is equal to the number of creatures you control. And we got Hope. Okay. If we have good life gain support, we could build Hope actually relatively strong. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent mills X, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Again, if we have good life gain, we can maybe do something with that. Weapons Vendor. Foil. Green Black Town. And we get a Hero Wizard. Love it. All right. Next pack. Ace Magic. Shinra. Town Greeter. Ice Magic. Castle card. Sahagin. 2-drop, 1/3. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a 1/1 counter on this creature, and it can't be blocked. Ooh, that, if we're in blue, that's pretty neat. Monk's Fist. Ooh. Wild Rose Rebellion. We get a counter spell. Free counter in the Final Fantasy 2 art. Coral Sword. 1-drop, flash. When this equipment enters, attach a target creature you control. That creature gains first strike. Ooh, that could be really good too. Permanent +1/+0, but instant speed flash. That's pretty. Or instant speed first strike is always pretty good. Poison the Waters. 1 and a black. All creatures gain -1/-1 until end of turn. Target player reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or creature card from that from it. That player discards that card. And choose one of those effects for 2 mana is pretty good. I like it. Judge Magister Gebrant. 1 white, 1 black for a 2/2 with menace. Whenever another creature or an artifact you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on him. We could go tall with him. Astrologian's Planisphere. I'm gonna say it purposefully incorrect. I was already telling my friends that I'm gonna say it incorrect. 2 mana, 1 and a blue. When it enters, put a 1/1 colorless dude on the battlefield. Equipped creature has is a wizard. And it has. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, and whenever you draw your 3rd card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. 2 to equip. Very cool. Ooh, hello. We got foil flip Sephiroth. 2 and a black. Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier. When he enters, he is a 3/3. Whenever Sephiroth enters or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw a card. Whenever another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life. You gain 1 life. If this is the 4th time this ability has resolved this turn, transform Sephiroth, and he transforms into Sephiroth, the One-Winged Angel. He is a 5/5. When he enters, you immediately gain an emblem. The emblem says, whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. Whenever Sephiroth attacks, you may sacrifice any number of other creatures if you do draw that many cards. That is a powerhouse. He is a powerhouse of a card. We love to see it. And we get a foil of the Final Fantasy IX Forest, and the art card is this guy. Yasmet, Ultimate Mark. Don't care. Sorry, I don't care. I do not care for the art cards, dude. They should just be tokens. I would prefer to get 1,000 tokens than 1 art card. But to move on, Thunder Magic. Resentful Revelation. I don't think we've seen this yet. 1 of the black. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand, the rest into your graveyard with a flashback of 7. Blitzball Shot. 1 and a green, instant speed, +3/+3, and trample to target creature. Nice. We've got another card that we haven't seen. Combat Tutorial. 2 and a blue. Target player draws 2 cards. Put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature you control. So you can make yourself draw 2 cards and put a 1/1 counter because it doesn't say opponent. Or that could be useful in other ways. Paladin's Arms. Magic Pot. White Mage Staff. We might end up building Hope just with that. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, has whenever this creature attacks, you gain a life, and is a cleric in addition to its other types. Job select, yada yada yada. It is a 3 equip cost. But that's a permanent, always gain 1 life, always mill 1 card. Stolen Uniform. Opera Love Song. Poo Poo. Thing, Fearless Ilse. It pairs with Vanille, but we have to have Vanille to be able to play him. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. This ability only triggers once each turn. He flips into the text side of Ragnarok. And we get Genova, Ancient Calamity. So, she is an alien, 1/5 for 4. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a number of 1/1 counters equal to the Genova's power on up to one other target creature. That creature becomes a mutant in addition to its other types. Whenever a mutant you control dies during your turn, you draw cards equal to its power. So that'll be really good for after we're done with this deck challenge, because... Hold on, sorry. They're going crazy in there. Because we actually have the Master, and he cares about... Well, most of the things that he makes are mutants, so... Yishul Greens. 2-drop, make a 2/2 bird with the landfall ability, and it's got a flashback of 7. And full art, Final Fantasy 13 Island. We get a hero and a Moogle. I would love to get the Moogle support. I would love to get it. I want Vivi. I want Moogle support. We'll see. We'll see what we get. But that, I want Vivi. I need my black mage. Item shopkeep. All right. 2 for 2. Whenever you attack, target attacking equipped creature gains menace. Not bad if we do end up doing an equipment route. Marlboro, 6-drop. 4/4 with Bad Breath. When it enters, each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life. Exiles the top 3 cards of their library, or we can swamp cycle it. I actually really like that. I think, even though he's a 6 mana, he could be very useful, especially if we know what the top card of people's libraries are. Bard's Bow, job select. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and reach. Is a bard in addition to its other types. Equipped for 6 otherwise. That's bad. That's really bad. Bard's Bow is probably the worst artifact I've seen so far. Rogue Turret, 4-drop, 3/3 flyer. Whenever another artifact you control enters, you can draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Not bad. Aerith Rescue Mission, 4 mana. You can choose one. Take the elevator and create 3 colorless hero creature tokens, or take 59 flights of stairs, which taps up to 3 target creatures, put a stun counter on one of them. Crossroads Village. It is a town that taps for a color of your chosen type. Looperate Scout. Lock Coal for 1, a blue and a black for 2/3, lifelink Death Toucher. When it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, discard a card. Not bad. Eden. Hey, we get Barrett. 4/4, reach for 4. When he attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of equipped creatures you control to a defending player. Not bad. Summon Anima. 4 and double black. For the first 3 modes, you draw a card, lose a life. For lore counter 4. Each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice and lose 3 life. Otherwise, it's a 4/4 for 6. That's not too bad, but it could be better. It could be. The summons are neat. The summons are definitely neat. Summoner's Grimoire. 3 and a green. Job select. We know what this does. Equipped creature is a shaman, in addition to its other types, and has. Whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If that card is an enchantment card, it enters tapped and attacking. Ooh. Okay. That makes summon significantly more useful. Okay. And we get Summon Primal Garuda foil. For mode 1, we get this creature deals 4 damage to target tapped creature an opponent controls. For 2 and 3, another target creature you control gets +1/+0 and flying until end of turn. Otherwise, it is a 3/3 for 4. And we got Gongaga. It's a red-green town. And we get a bird and wizard. All right. We're starting to get through most of the commons and uncommons, so we might be able to start speedrun. And of course, as soon as I say that, we get one that we haven't seen yet. 1 and a white for a 2/2 that has 1 and a white, tap target, non-enchantment creature. Not bad. Call the Mountain Chocobo, 4-drop. Search your library for a mountain card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then make a 2/2 bird with flashback of 6. Kutra Forayer. 2 and a black for a 3/2. When it enters, choose 1. Destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. Exile up to 2 cards from a single graveyard. Gobu. Love Gobus. Plant Beast for, it is a 2-drop, 1/3. Taps for a mana. Scorpion Sentinel, 2-drop, 1/4. As long as you control 7 or more lands, this creature gets +3/+0. Iron Giant. Vincent's Limit Break. Zach. 1 white. Enters with a 1/1 counter on him. He is a 0/1. And this ability is actually kind of wild. Sacrifice Zach Flare. Target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Put Zach Flare's counters on that creature and attach an equipment that was attached to Zach Flare to that creature. That could be really useful. But it's probably not what we're going to end up doing. Clash of the Icons. 1 green, choose 1 or more. So we get to choose multiple modes, but target creature you control fights another target creature an opponent controls. Remove a lore counter from target saga you control. Put a lore counter on target saga you control. That could be neat. You could do a couple things with that. You could take one off and then put one back on to activate the mode multiple times. Elixir, 1-drop. Enters the battlefield tap for 5 mana and tapping it. Exile this artifact. Shuffle all non-land cards from your graveyard. Ooh. I like that. I really like that. Gain life equal to the number of cards shuffled into your library this way. I like that. If we might definitely go Hope, honestly. Garland. Ooh, we got Landfall Tifa though. 1 and a green for a 1/2 with trample landfall. Whenever land you control enters, double her power until end of turn. Samurai's Katana, 2 and a red. Job select. Equipped creature gains +2/+2. Trample haste and is a samurai in addition to its other types. Winhurst. And Dancer's Chakram. Art card. I am so sorry I'm dying here, guys. Next fact. Hopefully we get to start speeding through these. God damn it. I keep saying something. And then we can't. Chocobo Kip. We get a 1 and a green. We can kick her, return a land you control to its owner's hand. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. If this spell was kicked, the creature you control deals twice that much damage instead. Interesting. Undercity Dire Rat. 2/2 for 2. When it dies, create a treasure token. Dreams of Laguna. Surveil 1, draw a card with flashback of 4. Otherwise, it's a 2 cost. Not bad. Magitech Infantry. 1-drop, 1/1. This creature gets +1/+0 as long as you control another artifact. 2 and a white. Search your library for a card named Magitech Infantry. Put it onto the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. I'm a little surprised that there wasn't, like, with that modal, it wasn't given something that was like, oh, you can have this many cards of this name in your deck, but it's fine. We have gotten a lot of those lately, so it's actually probably better that we didn't. Instant Ramen. This is also probably going in Hope if we end up building him. Flash, when this artifact enters, draw a card. 2, tap, sacrifice this artifact, gain 3. White Auracite. It's Oblivion Ring, but it's also a mana rock. I'm going to make it real simple so we can just keep moving. Black Vault's number 3. Radia's Return. Renoa. Side quest, raise a chocobo. When this enters, make a 2/2 bird. With landfall, land enters, it gets +1 in the front. At the beginning of your first main phase, if you control 4 more birds, transform this enchantment into the Black Chocobo. When it turns into Black Chocobo, search your library for a land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, and then it says, whenever a land you control enters, birds you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Could hits everything. Go-Go, Master of Mimicry, 2-4 for 3. Legendary Wizard. XX and tapping him, copy target activated or triggered ability. You control X times. You may choose new targets for the ability. The ability can't be copied. This ability can't be copied, and X cannot be 0. Okay, cool. Love that. Cool. Gone. And Hero Horror. Oh, I know what makes the horror token. I was about to say, what the fuck makes a horror token? But we get there. We're good. It only took me a few seconds. All right. Next, first card is Summon Chocomog. For all 4 modes, it gives other creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Otherwise, it is just a 3/3 for 3. Item Shopkeeper, Marlboro, Bard's Bow, Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum, Hilgaigus, World Map. Hey, we get Squall Leonhardt. So he is Daneth the Capuchin Paragon. 3-drop for 2/2 legendary creature, first strike, vigilance, lifelink, or as an equipment, costs 1 less to cast. Random encounter. Shuffle your library, mill 4 cards. Put each creature card milled this way onto the battlefield. They gain haste at the beginning of the next end step. Return those creatures to their owner's hand. So, I mean, it could work out, and it also has flashback for 8. Magitech Armor. When this creature enters, make a 1/1. Sorry, when this vehicle enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token with crew of 1, and it's a 4/4 for 4. Dark Knight's Greatsword. I kind of expected this, but I'm still a little bit disappointed. 3-drop. Job select. Equip creature gets +3/+0 and is a knight in addition to its other types. Its equip cost is paying 3 life. Activate only once each turn. Oh, thank you. We're definitely building hope at this point. All right, we got the Wind Crystal. White spells cost 1 less to cast. If you would gain life, you gain twice that much life instead. For 4 and double white, tap. Creatures you control gain flying and lifelink until end of turn, and it is a 4-cost legendary artifact. Delivery Moogle. Love it. 4-drop, 3/2 with flying. Whenever this creature enters, search your library or graveyard for an artifact card with mana value 2 or less. Reveal it, put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. And Final Fantasy VIII Island. And Hero Robot. I actually don't know what makes the robot off the top of my head. All right. Did we do Warrior Sword? I don't remember if we did Warrior Sword. It's just +3/+2. Cornered by Black Mages. Gobu. Scorpion Sentinel. Coral. Lunatic Pandora. 1-drop. You can tap it to surveil. Tap it, pay 2 to surveil 1. Tap 6, tap it, sacrifice it, destroy target non-land permanent. Ooh, hello. We got Teferi as Idea Kramer. 2 and triple blue, flash creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield have flash. Each opponent can cast spells only at the time that they could cast a sorcery. Love it. Prima Vista. Queen Brawn. Cloud of Darkness. Hey, we got Vanille! So we could actually build Vanille and Fang. But we're probably not. But when Vanille enters, mill 2 cards and return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. At the beginning of your first main phase, if you own both Vanille and a creature named Fang, Fearless LC, you may pay 5. If you do, exile them, meld them into Ragnarok, which let me find Fang real fast. Hold on. Hold on. It can't be that far down. There he is. Ragnarok. is a 7/6 Vigilance Trample, Menace, Reach, Haste. When he dies, destroy target permanent and return target non-legendary permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It could be interesting. It could do something, but we're probably not set up to actually build around it. But we get, oh well, Zanarkand, Ancient Metropolis, Greenland, town. We can pay 6 to create a 1/1 hero creature token, put a 1/1 counter on it for each land you control. That's pretty good. But otherwise, it enters tapped and adds a green, and foil White Mage Staff, and Insomnia Crown City, White Black Town, Hero Bird. All right, we get to speed through some of these. We get to speed through the next couple of these, hopefully. You're not alone. Light of Judgment, Sephiroth's Intervention, Gigantode, Rook Turret, Aerith Rescue Mission, Monk's Fisting, Reach the Horizon, 4-drop, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and or town cards with different names. Put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Huge. Eject, can't be countered, 4 mana, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, and draw a card. That's actually really huge. Oh, that's actually really double huge. Ooh. That could be useful for Hope. If we, yeah, we're probably building Hope. Rydia, Summoner Mist. 1/2 for 2. Whenever land you control enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Summon X, tap, return target saga card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. It gains haste until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. If we don't have a way to remove finality counters, that's really bad for us, though. Full art, summon Esper Ramu. 4-drop, 3/3. Judgment Bolt. This creature deals damage equal to the number of non-creature, non-land cards in your graveyard to target creature an opponent controls. And then for modes 2 and 3, wizards you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Oh, Dion, Bahamut's Dominant. 4-drop, 3/3. During your turn, Dion and other knights you control have flying. When Dion enters, create a 2/2 white knight. For 4 double white, tapping and exiling Dion. Oh, sorry. 4 double white, tap, exile Dion, return to the battlefield transformed, and he is Bahamut, Warden of Light, 5/5. Modes 1 and 2 on the saga are put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. They gain flying until end of turn, and then for on the third mode, destroy target permanent, exile Bahamut, then return it to the battlefield face up. Huge. Sephiroth's Intervention and foil. Rabonster. Oh, why couldn't you have been real? Why couldn't you have been the real Kefka? Why'd you have to be fake? Why'd you have to be an art card? All right. I mean, we're getting some good hits for what we're planning on. I think I've got a plan. I can't promise it'll be good, but I've got a plan. Fate of the Suncrist. It is 2 less to cast if it targets a tap creature, but otherwise it's a 5 cost. Destroy target non-land permanent. Mysidian Elder, 3-drop, 1/3. Enters, make a 0/1 black wizard. Heck dice. Fat Chocobo. Sage of Nilthus. Weapon Vendor. Grand Pulse Ochu. 1/1 for 1. Death Toucher. For 8 mana until end of turn, target creature... Oh, sorry. This creature gets +1/+1 for each permanent card in your graveyard. He could be good. Brainstorm. We get Endwalker as Brainstorm. Instant speed, draw 3 cards, put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. Self-destruct, 2 mana, target creature control deals X damage to any other target and X damage to itself, where X is its power. Ride the Shupuff. 1 and a green. Landfall, whenever land you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. And for 7, this becomes a 7/7 beast. Adelbert Steiner, 2-drop, 2/1 lifelinker. Gets +1/+1 for each equipment you control. Stiltskin! I love it. We at least got Stilt Skin, if nothing else. He is a 1-drop 1/2 for 2 mana and tapping. You can give target opponent control of another target permanent you control. If they do, you draw a card. And foil instant ramen. Guado Salem. Blue-green town. Bird Wizard. Alright, we're cooking. I think we're cooking. Like, we might be burning it, but I think we're cooking. Magitech Infantry, Warrior Sword, Resentful Revelation, Chocobo Kick, Dreams of Laguna, Veins Treachery, Syncopate, Viridiate, Eject, Esferemu, ooh, X-Death. So, X-Death, Void Warlock, 1 black-green, 3/3. When he enters, gain 3 life. At the end of your end step, if there are 6 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, transform it into Neo X-Death, Dimension's End, Star 3 Trampler. Power is equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. Kinda neat. Ooh, new. We get our next mythic. Clive, Ifrit's Dominant. 4 and double red, 5/5. When he enters, you may discard your hand. Draw cards equal to your devotion to red. So that could be good if we're in mono red. 4 double red, exile Clive. Flip him into Ifrit, Warden of Inferno. Enters with Saga 1. Ifrit fights up to 1 other target creature. He has a 9/9 flat, so that's cool. The modes 2 and 3. Add quadruple red if Ifrit has 3 or more lore counters on it. Exile it, then return it to the battlefield, front face up. Very cool. Sabatender in foil. Full art. Misprinted Forest. Look at that. It turns blue. Oh, I love getting misprints. I'm actually gonna set that to the side over here. Oh, I love that. Guys, can I play this forest because it's blue? Alright. We're gonna go turbo mode on these. We've been at this for an hour. Oh fuck. God damn it. Nah. We just roll through it. We'll stop if we see something like super interesting. Midgar, City of Mako. Enters tapped as a black land, or we can pay 2 and a black and sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw 2. Foil Suplex, Foil Insomnia. Ooh, Red Fire Crystal. 4 4-drop. Red spells cost 1 less. Creatures gain haste. 4 double red. Create a token that is a copy of target creature control. Sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. Huge. Ooh, Cloud. We get Cloud, boys. Double white for a 2/1. When he enters, search for an equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand. As long as he is equipped, if an ability of Cloud or an equipment attached to it triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Love it. Choco Comet deals X damage. Make a 2/2 bird. Charlian. We're hype. We got the boyfriends. GF Ifrit. 3/2. Nah. We're just running through it. Oh, my Donberry. My son. We got Genova already. Foil cornered by black mages. Kina! Love Kina. Ooh, we got a second Sephiroth and a foil Tomberry. Let's go. All right. Sorry. Ultima. Foil Kina. I think on our last 5 packs, we'll do a super pack like Wubby does. I'm a little bit high up, sorry. Ooh, the glare. Ooh. Oh! We get a lab man. Let's go. That's actually fucking nutty. Lindblom, Industrial Regency. We get to make a dude, and otherwise it's a tap red land. Foil Gilgamesh. Oh. Ooh! We got Sephiroth's Emblem. Love that for me. Pretty sure I saw an art card in the back. I'm gonna crash out. I fucking can't believe it. Ninja Blades. 3-drop, and engine addition to other types. When it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, discard a card. Player loses life equal to the discard's cards. Ooh. Nutty. Eject. Foil hack dies. Actually, I know what I can do with that. That one I can actually do something with. I'll put it in a jar. No, I'm just kidding. I have a friend who likes Estinian, so I can send it to them. Oh, hello. We get SRAM. Rufus. Search your library for a vehicle. From father to son, search your library for a vehicle. Put it into your hand. If the spell was cast from graveyard, put it into the battlefield instead. Then shuffle. Foil Magitech. Baron. Wait, Baron? What's he doing here? It's late as hell, dude. Hey, we get a Farseek. Omega. Gratia. Sauce. Katsroy. 4-drop, 3/3. Search for a land. Oh, sorry. Search your library for a bird or basic land. Put it into your hand, shuffle. When he attacks, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, then double the number of 1/1 counters on that creature. Garnet. Full art waste. Hey, Captain Lannery Storm. Hey, we got overkill. Target creature gets minus 99999 toughness. Balaam Garden turns into Balaam Garden Airborne. On the front, it's a blue-green land. We can pay 7 to flip it. It costs less for each town, and it turns into a 5/4 that says whenever it attacks, draw a card with a crew of 1. It's actually not too bad. Let me do, oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 4 packs, and then we do a mega. All right. I'm gonna try and cut out all the spots where I'm just hacking up along. Memories returning. Reveal top 5 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand. Choose an opponent. They put one on the bottom of your library. Then you put one into your hand. Then they put one on the bottom. Oh. Interesting. I like that. All right. Oh! What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh. How did that come after everything? Okay, whatever. Joshua Phoenix is dominant. 1 white red for a 3/4. When he enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards for 5 mana. Flip him. And he comes in as Phoenix, Warden of Fire. 4/4 for enter the battlefield, and Saga 2 are deal 2 damage to each opponent. For 3, return any number of target cards with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile Phoenix, then return to the battlefield front face up. Neat. Okay. Kraken the best. Shantoto and Ultras. Dragoon's Lance. Bang. Summon Brynhilder. Exile the top card of your library. During any turn you put a lore counter on this saga, you may play that card. For 2 and 3, when you next cast a creature spell this turn, it gains haste until end of turn. Viridia's return. Foil Plains. Hero. Alright. Full Art Ultima. Foil Wind Crystal. Love to see it. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. The Lunar Whale! 4-drop vehicle. Look at the top card of your library anytime. As long as it has attacked this turn, you can play the top card of your library. Not bad. Limit break. Alright. That was the last normal pack. So, these next 5 packs, we're going to be an animal. Get rid of the token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I know what 2 of the cards are on that one because they're both flip cards. Like, I don't know because I didn't fully see, but I could see that they were flip cards. All right. And I'll go through the comments after I do the mega pack here, just so we can get through a little bit quicker. But Minwu, White Mage. Ooh, all right. Huge for what we're doing. 5-drop, 3/3. Whenever you gain life, put a counter on each cleric you control. Vigilance Lifelinker. Full Art Arden. Huge. Foil Airy. Island. Overkill. Final Fantasy V Sid. Balthier and Fran. 4/3 for 3. Reach. Vehicles gain +1/+1 and have vigilance and reach. Whenever a vehicle crewed by Balthier and Bran this turn attacks, if it's the first combat phase, you can pay 3. If you do have an additional combat, don't care, don't care. Inspiration, Chokomog, Second Arden, Restoration Magic. Yeah, this one I saw the back of. Emperor Palmancia, Moogle's Valor. Oh wait, ooh, I love that. X-Death was the other one that I saw the back of. All right, and last couple. Oh, damn. All right, well, we will be back after we've built our deck. So, we'll see ya maybe tomorrow, because we did the crack of the packs. It's kind of late, so we might come back tomorrow to record the second half of this. But we'll see in a few. Alrighty, everybody. We're back. We did end up passing out after that last part. We built our deck and then went straight to bed. So let's go ahead and show you what we ended up getting before we play it. Then we'll have a small analysis after we show a little bit of gameplay from Saturday's stream. We're recording this right before we stream too, so we'll see how that goes. But we built Hope because it seemed like that was the way that our box was kind of aiming us. So if we look through our artifacts, we do have a good little bit of equipment and a good little bit of things that will either help us throw things into the yard, make some creatures for us, or give us a little bit of value, including the Wind Crystal. Again, the Wind Crystal is going to be helpful because with Hope, we're going to be wanting to gain a lot of life so we can mill everybody out. We got White Auracite as well because it's a good mana rock, as well as an Oblivion Ring on a rock. White Mage Staff, so we get life gain. And this and Sage's Nucleus are in here because they make our creatures clerics. Because Minwu here makes it so whenever we gain life, we also put a 1/1 counter on each cleric we control, so we can have at least 2 additional creatures that aren't naturally clerics be clerics. In our creatures, we've got some dudes that have lifelink. Edelbert's in here because we've got a good handful of equipment, so at minimum he could be a 2 or 3 plus, plus there, so he could be a 4/3 or a 5/4 with lifelink. Ambrosia is a good I'll say protection piece. Cloud because he gets us any one of our equipments, and then anytime that he's equipped with something, we get to activate the abilities on that equipment again. Moogle for plane cycling because that's most likely what we're gonna end up doing with him, just so we can get a few shuffles in and get ourselves mana fixing. Curl just so we can have a little bit of combat tricks. Delivery Moogle so we can search out more of our equipments. Dion because he gives us creatures. That is pretty much the main thing. His backside, if we get to that point, will be really good because we can make all of our creatures bigger, as well as potentially have flying lifelinkers, which might be able to evade stuff. And also, if we get him to 3, he flips back and makes another dude. Dragon's Wyvern. Dragon's Wyvern gives us a dude. Dwarven Castle Guard is a dude, and if he dies, we get something out of it. Gratia is in here because I feel like we need a little bit more creature use, but we've got a few artifacts that self-sacrifice as well, so we can get some draw power out of that. Lauren of the Third Path, good card all around. Enter the battlefield, blow up an enchantment or artifact, and also we get to draw out of that. Go letting us copy target activated or triggered ability X times. If we have this out and we can copy this triggered ability, we could end up winning the game with that if we have enough mana to dump into it. Ice Flan, again, is more along the lines of our Cloudbound Moogle. We're going to be using it mainly for island cycling. Ilmeg Pixie lets us choose our draws. Magitech Infantry, mostly because it's just a body. Mingar the Diplomat, draw power and lifelink. Minwu we already went over. Lifelink gives all of our other clerics additional 1/1 counters. Poo-Poo UFO so we can ramp a little bit. It also could be a very big dude if we end up having it stay alive for a while. Kieran Merchant gives us draw power. Quietus is actually pretty nutty. Enter the battlefield, we can cast an instant or sorcery card from a graveyard, so any graveyard, and we can cast that spell with mana as though it was any color for that. I think that's going to be really good. I don't know what we're going to be going into necessarily. I've got the 2 deck lists, but I haven't looked at them yet. And I'm probably not going to look at them until after we post this video too, so this could be really good, and we just get to use one of our things again, or it could be actual trash. We'll see. Scorpion Sentinel, because I feel like we'll be able to have him out and have 7 or more lands, so he's a 4/4 for 3 or for 2. Snow, again, we're trying to be in a go wide strategy, so big power. Valkyrie Aerial Unit, we might be able to have him be super cheap because we are pretty heavy on the artifacts. Labman, just in case we go into the self-mill slash draw ourselves out method. Weapons Vendor, again, to try and grab one of our equipments, and also make the equip costs cheaper. Also another draw card. We only have 2 enchantments because I didn't feel like anything that we really pulled enchantment-wise was amazing. But I did think that Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum and Catch a Fish, since Catch a Fish gives us a food, that's life gain. That's at minimum getting everybody to mill 3 cards, and even worst case scenario, if it flips, we can start sacking artifacts to put 1/1 counters on all of our creatures. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum just locks something down and makes its activated abilities unable to activate. I think that's going to be huge. Battle Menu, I think, is a really neat card. We get options of making our guys... making a guy, making something get bigger in the back, destroying a creature, or gaining 4 life, so that's 4 cards off of each opponent's library if we do that one. Dreams of Laguna for draw. Eject to either save one of our things or remove something that is problematic. Fate of the Suncrist, it's just good removal. Ice Magic, for obvious reasons. It's an okay card at minimum. It's a mana sink otherwise. Magic Damper to protect. Moogle's Valor seemed like a good card, especially with our go wide strategy, since we'll make a 1/2 for each creature that we control, and then they all gain indestructible on top of it. Restoration Magic for the Hexproof and Indestructible, as well as potentially gaining life. Slash of Light for the go wide strategy, because we're going to be dealing damage equal to creatures and equipment we control to a creature. Stolen Uniform, because if they've got something good, we might be able to utilize it. Syncopate, because it's good counterspell. Regular counterspell, 35 lands. Aerith Rescue Mission, so we can get more dudes. Combat Tutorial, so we can draw 2 cards, put a counter on one of our guys. Memories Returning seemed like a good card, because regardless, it seems like we will get benefit out of it. At minimum, we're putting 3 cards into our hand. At maximum, we get 3 really good things into our hand. Retrieve Vesper, another go wide card. Crystal's Chosen, another go wide card. Travel the Overworld. We have exactly 5 towns in our deck, so if we're really lucky, we might be able to pay 2 to draw 4 cards. So, we'll come back to this screen after we've played a couple games, and we'll tell you how we feel the deck went. Alright, everybody, we're back. So we didn't get many games. I apologize for that. We did play it 2 games, and the only game that we actually got 4 people in, the one guy left about 4 turns in because they had to go. So, we didn't really get to really feel this deck's potential, I don't think. But if you enjoyed what you saw with this deck and have a, have a want to at least try something that's confined within the Final Fantasy set, I'm going to have the deck list for this deck down below. We'll also have the deck lists that were played with this down below as well. If you missed the stream, you can come over and watch the two games. Again, I wasn't in love with the matches, so I apologize for not having some good gameplay there for you. But if you enjoyed what you saw and you want to see more content like this, please let me know about down below by pressing like or giving us a comment telling us what you liked or what you didn't like. But thanks everybody again so much for coming out and watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.